दे दी हमें आजादी बिना खड़ग बिना ढाल, साबरमती के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल। आंधी में भी जलती रही गांधी तेरी मशाल, साबरमती के संत तूने कर दिया कमाल। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, रघुपति राघव राजा राम।
There are certain dates in the world history which cannot be easily forgotten. 2nd of October is one such event. In 1869, on this very day, a child in the household of a divan in Porbandar, Gujarat, who came to be known subsequently as a saint of Sabarmati. Later, Rabindranath Tagore named this saint of Sabarmati as Mahatma. Later on, the word Mahatma became his identity. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was a man who later turned the table on Britishers for a free India. His initial years were not too influential. However, the seeds of truth and non-violence were sown in childhood itself, with the virtues depicted in the play on Raja Harishchandra. His deep understanding of truth was reflected in school days when a flying officer visited his school. At that time, Gandhi could not write the spelling of cattle. His teacher gesticulated and suggested him to cheat. However, Gandhi didn't resort to cheating. This solemn determination towards honesty later formed the basis of Satyagraha. Gandhiji spoke out in his own words.
मैं देख रहा हूँ कि हमारे मुल्क में काफी जगह पे आज सत्याग्रह चलता है, ऐसा कहते हैं। तो मुझको बड़ा शक है कि जिस जगह पे वो कहते हैं सत्याग्रह चलता है, वहाँ सचमुच वो सत्याग्रह है कि दुराग्रह है। ऐसा हमारे मुल्क में हो गया है।
आकाशवाणी ध्वनि संग्रहालय की रिकॉर्डिंग है।
का नाम ले लो, लेकिन काम तो इससे उल्टा ही है।
Truth has been the noblest virtue in the life of Gandhiji. Once in his childhood he consumed meat and even committed theft from his father's pocket. However, later he repented his actions. This humility and honesty became a part of his life. Gandhiji himself accepted that in the modest manner. He says one can change the ways of the world, but for this, purity of means and sheer dedication towards work is a must. Gandhiji's dedication for work and for the welfare of the poor and the oppressed has been one of the hallmarks of his life. It is seen during his stint in England, the place where he studied law. His experiences with racism in South Africa proved to be one of the turning points. Despite having a first-class ticket, he was forced to get down from the train at Pietermaritzburg platform. This event transformed his life. After this, he renounced his princely life to lead a simple life. He fought against racism in South Africa, opened Tolstoy Ashram in Phoenix, and made conscious efforts for simple living. This evolved a new Gandhi. Now for him, every human being or every religion was his own. His experience of South Africa and perseverance on truth proved to be the ideal foil for Gandhiji on his return to India. In 1917, he went to experience the injustice meted to the indigo farmers in Champaran. The atrocities perpetrated by the British troubled him so much that he couldn't restrain himself from protesting against the British rule. He was arrested on charges of sedition. The British judge asked him to apologize, but Gandhi accepted punishment instead of apologizing. The extent of his popularity can be gauged from the fact that the judge had to set him free. After this incident, he was known as the Mahatma. The Bapu worked for the welfare of poor farmers in Champaran. He also campaigned to improve their condition and paid attention towards their cleanliness. For Gandhiji, cleanliness was akin to godliness and much more important than attaining independence. During the Congress session in Kolkata in 1933, he was moved by the poor condition of toilets and the filth in the country. He himself said, "I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet." After returning to India, Gandhiji undertook nationwide train journeys, listening to his guru Gopal Krishna Gokhale. He came across the real India, living in villages and in poverty. These journeys proved helpful in understanding the minds of the citizens as well. He realized that if the poverty is not eradicated and every citizen does not get work, the country will not experience the change. He thought of khadi as a means of self-reliance and made charkha, spinning wheel, the symbol of Swadeshi movement. The wheel of the charkha became the symbol of his kranti, or revolution. Very soon his personality changed, and everyone, irrespective of common men or higher classes, were influenced by him. Seeing this, the great scientist Albert Einstein said that the coming generations will be surprised that there was an effigy, a man of flesh and bones like Gandhiji. Actually, Gandhiji imbibed truth, non-violence and renunciation in his life in such a way that his life became an open book. He himself said, "The future depends on what you do today." On the spur of this thought only, he dreamt of Swaraj, of future India.
15 अगस्त को स्वराज मिल गया, माना उसको मैं तो स्वराज मानता ही। मेरी व्याख्या का वो स्वराज कभी हो नहीं सकता है। मेरी व्याख्या के स्वराज में तो हम एक दूसरे को भाई भाई समझकर बैठे। हमारे दुश्मन कौन हो सकते हैं? क्या हमारे भाई दुश्मन होंगे? मुसलमान के दुश्मन हिंदू सिख और हिंदू और सिख के दुश्मन मुसलमान, या तो उन दोनों के सिख बजे ख्रिस्ती या तो पारसी यहूदी कोई भी हिंदुस्तान के हो, ऐसे कैसे दुश्मन हो सकते? हम तो दुनिया में किसी को दुश्मन बनाना नहीं चाहते, हम किसी के दुश्मन बनना नहीं चाहते। वो मेरे स्वराज की व्याख्या बन जाती है।
Gandhiji's notion about freedom is relevant even today. He says, when a woman would walk freely on the streets at night, from the same day one can say that India has attained independence. Gandhiji believes that the change cannot be brought in India without the development of villages. India has been an agrarian country for centuries. The pain that he felt after seeing the plight of farmers in Champaran, it remained throughout the life. That is why he had his own special view towards improving the condition of the farmers. The industrialists had their place in Gandhi's dream for independent India. He had special expectations from industrialists too. Gandhiji has been such a voice against British imperialism. His one appeal used to move the people by heart. But he hesitated to make closeness with the radio. But he chose radio to communicate his message to the refugees searching for a refuge on the Indian soil, scorched by the fire of partition. In this connection, he gave this speech to the All India Radio on the 12th of November, 1947.
मेरे दुखी भाइयों और बहनों, मुझे कोई पता नहीं है कि सिवाय आपके मुझको कोई भी सुनता है या नहीं। ये अनुभव मेरी जिंदगी में मेरे लिए दूसरा है। पहला अनुभव इंग्लैंड में हुआ था जब मैं राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस में गया। मुझको पता ही नहीं था तो मुझको इस तरह से कुछ बोलना है। मैं तो एक अनजान पुरुष हूँ, मैं कोई दिलचस्पी भी नहीं लेता हूँ, लेकिन दुख के साथ मिल जाना वो तो मेरा जीवन भर का प्रयत्न है, जीवन भर का मेरा पेशा है।
Sardar Patel also acknowledged this power of Gandhi's messages. During the Bardoli Satyagraha of 1928, Patel said, "I'm sure that if we follow the path told by Gandhiji, then we will win laurels in the world."
मैं आज तो ये आपको कहने के लिए आया हूँ कि जो पुराना हिंदुस्तान जिसके लिए कभी कभी हमें शर्मिंदा होना पड़ता है, तो इतनी सदियों तक हम गुलाम रहे, लेकिन आज जो हम आजाद हुए हैं वो आजाद हिंदुस्तान के सुपुत्रों का एक कर्तव्य है कि इसको फिर गुलाम बनने न दे।
The whole world saw the power of Gandhi's humility. Prime Minister Modi deeply understands the strength of Gandhiji. He says, Mahatma Gandhi was the only person who could rise above all differences and united people to fight with the colonizer and increased India's stature on the global stage. Gandhi is the gem of the country, says Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Historians believe India could not be liberated on the basis of strength of the power. It was only tools of truth, non-violence and non-cooperation that forced the British to leave Hind, India. Gandhi used to say, these tools have not been discovered by him. They already existed in the Indian tradition. I'm just reminding them. The thoughts of Gandhiji are the solution to every problem in life. As long as there is inequality in the world, there will be poverty. The powerful will dominate the weak. Gandhi's thoughts will remain relevant.